It gives me great pleasure to introduce week 28 of the Hastings Report with my wonderful co-host, Leon Pettit, who is a ESFL veteran. As I always ask, how's your week been, Leon?
Yeah, all fine, mate. Yep.
Good.
Hashtag no dramas.
Yeah, we like that hashtag. Right, so we crack straight into the SCFL. We're recording this on Thursday. Hopefully it's go out on Friday. So we're going back a little bit here. But the first fixture to talk about would have been Bognor Regis 6, BEXHILL United 1 in the Sussex Cup. Unfortunately, Leon was right. It was a bit of a bridge too far for BEXHILL United. I know that on Twitter, Van Rock, Chris and Borna Totter were there, as were many others, and the consensus was that the step up was too big and that Bognor had frightening pace and abundance. Tom Vickers scored a cracker of a consolation, so I heard. The goals for Bognor: Dan Grifford, Nathan Odokinyero, Jamie Farragood, Josh McCormack with 2, and Calvin Davies getting the goals for Bognor. Obviously, the goal for BEXHILL was from Tom Vickers. A bit of a shame that, but it's great to see BEXHILL get that far.
Yeah. Any club at that sort of level, has a chance to play teams higher up. I think the appeal of maybe welcoming a Brighton or Hove Albion. I think it's under 23s to play. That's a sort of big draw in this competition, playing them. And obviously, it's going to places like Bognor. I'm sure, despite the result, was a good evening out for BEXHILL. But but like you say, it's just a bridge too far. But they've done themselves very proud.
And on the same day, on Tuesday, 28th of February, Lingfield 0, Little Common 1, Lewis Hull getting the goal. And that is the double over Lingfield for the Common in a solid display, with Matt Crutwell earning the man of the match behind the sticks. Any thoughts on that, Leon?
It sounds like another well-fought win, particularly with the goalkeeper getting the man of the match. And it was always going to be tricky. I think they just about grinded out a result the Saturday beforehand. So Lingfield always going to come out, not revenge or guns blazing, but Little Common did well to go away on a Tuesday night and get the win.
That's right. Moving on to Saturday, so that's the 4th of March. BEXHILL 1, AFC Vardinians 0. Tom Vickers getting the goal. The Pirates were down to 10 men for over an hour. Tom, the naughty boy, got 2 yellow cards, obviously after he scored.
Go, George!
Yeah. From Chris Van Rock, just saying for the sending off. First one, he grabbed the player from behind, and the second one was for a late challenge. Vardinians were very poor on the day. Normally they've been better than their league position would say, and we held out with a superb captaining performance by Jamie Farragood, who just barked orders all afternoon. He was man of the match for me, and also Harvey Mapstone was superb. They were class. The ref was throwing cards left, right, and centre, and he booked at least 6. Thanks for that. We move on to again on Saturday, Saltine United 0, Little Common 5. It was half time. It was 4-0, so game over really. Alvin Scott with 2, Lewis Parsons, Freddie Warren, and Jamie Bunn with the goals. Common finishing this game off in the first half, in cruise control from the second half, and that's that. Leon, any thoughts on Little Common winning again?
Well done, Common. Good little run of form.
And the last fixture, Tuesday, Little Common 2, Eastbourne United 1. Sam Ellis and Freddie Warren getting the goals for Little Common, and Gary Ingram getting the goal for Eastbourne United. 109 brave souls watched this game. That's 4 wins on the bounce for the Common, and only 4 points off 8th placed Eastbourne United. Tell you what, they just can't stop winning, can they, Leon?
No, that's the result in particular I was impressed with. It's against a very good Eastbourne United side, and this Common on a very good run of form. So it's good to see. And whilst we're on Common, I see they put a tweet up say it was it 2 years ago that 2 years ago that Margaret Cherry passed away, and for local footballers, local people know it was her and her husband Ken, who pretty much ran Little Common for goodness knows. Well, I think they formed it basically for goodness knows how many years. So it was people like that keep local football clubs going. So I just thought I'd give that a mention.
Definitely good, worth a mention there, Leon. Okay, we're moving on. We'll move on to the fixtures. So it's Lingfield versus BEXHILL this Saturday. I expect BEXHILL to do the double over Lingfield, who have lost their last 3. You in agreement there, Leon?
I am, yes. Yeah, Bexhill win there.
Okay, and Little Common, another big game for them. They're travelling to Crawley down Gatwick. Common have got to fancy this one, as Crawley have lost the last 4 out of 7. They're having a major wobble, aren't they, Leon?
Yeah, that's probably this could be the best time for Little Common to play them. They've obviously been flying, the rest of the season. Excuse the pun, been flying the rest of the season, but that was a genuine accident as well. It's the right time to the right time to play them. Obviously, with Commons form and Crawley Downs form. So
okay, well, that right then. So we move on to the MSFL Saturday fixtures. 4th of March. Reigate Priory 0, Hollington United 3, Bradley Pritchard, Peter Featherstone, and Dan Rogers. They're just too strong for mid-table Reigate. Hollington march on towards that title, don't they, Leon?
Yeah, pretty much that. Yeah, just constantly too strong for teams in this league. And nothing else more to add to that. If anyone is interested, there's a blog called Many Games I Have Seen. You can find him on Twitter. He covers a lot of local football, but he covered this game. He made the trip up to Reigate, and it looked like a nice little setup they've got up there. A nice little old-fashioned clubhouse, a few decent pubs in the vicinity. So yeah, it's sounded like a nice day out for the I don't know his actual name, but Mr. Many Games I've Seen. Look a nice day out for him. But keep an eye out. He does cover a lot of local football with the odd bit of Premier League and Championship, etc.
Oh, I'll try and find it, and I'll put the link in the YouTube when we put it up. Moving on, Sedlescombe Rangers 0, Westfield 6. This was the game I thought Westfield might struggle in, as usual. Spot on. George Landace with a hat-trick, George McLean, Josh Pickering, and Sam Willett. Some say he looks like a young Burt Reynolds. Sam will get that joke. And no goal for Warren Pettig, though. Just thought I'd mention that.
Warren who?
Pettig. A comprehensive Derby Day win there, wouldn't we say, Leon?
Yeah. I mean, I think we thought maybe a bit of a closer game than it turned out to be, but no, evidently not.
No. And then we move on now to other fixtures involving MSFL sides. Montgomery in the Montgomery Cup quarter-final, Battletown 2, Rotherfield 0. Kieran Mayhew and Tristan Mayhew get the goals. It's nice to see Battle back to winning ways and through to the semis. Sorry.
Yeah, it's good. A good chance for Battle to win some silverware. I can't remember who it is they got next round, but they're in the championship. And looking at the other teams left in the competition, I'd say Battle in with a very good chance of winning some silverware.
Yeah, go to fixtures. So Rotherfield are facing Sedlescombe Rangers. Hopefully, Sedlescombe can forget those Derby Day blues quickly as they travel to the Rotherfield Sports Club. You'd hope so, wouldn't you?
It's a good chance for him to bounce back.
Okay, Willingdon Athletic are facing Westfield. Winless Willingdon won't get any favours from Westfield. I expect goals galore. That's probably the complete kiss of death from me there. I'm sure Westfield, they already love me there anyway. What do you think, Leon?
I've got nothing more to add to that. So I'm in complete agreement with you. So hopefully I've broken the curse you've just put on them.
Yeah. And in the Mid Sussex Senior Charity Cup, it's Hollington versus AFC Uckfield Seconds. I mean, I can't see anything but Hollington win there.
Good chance for Hollington to get into their first final of the season, which I'm sure that won't be the only one. There's always that danger that AFC Uckfield will be up for it, but I can't really see them causing any upsets.
Yeah, particularly at their place, it's just a bit too much to ask. Right, so we move on to the ESFL Prem. Bexhill AAC 2, Bexhill Town 1. Big shock, Bexhill Town getting beat by AAC. No one expected that, and that's Rosh Wells and James McGraw scoring for Bexhill, with Jay Edwards getting that goal. Big shock there. Hawkhurst United 3, Rockinore 1. Alfie Field, Leon Fisher and Mark Mitchell getting the goals for Hawkhurst United. Liam Miles scoring for Rockinore. Robertsbridge United 1, Westfield Reserves 3. Drevi Tanyu and a couple from Connor McManus. Big shout to his dad Ian, who I work with. He's going to be absolutely over the moon that his boy's got a couple there. But in fact, it was a routine win for the Westies and against the bottom club, Robertsbridge. So no shocks there, really. Sidley United 3, Crowhurst 1. Logan Copley got 2 and Ashley Carey got the other for Sidley, with Reece Johnson getting the goal for Crowhurst. Sidley wrecked the party for Crowhurst with a little bit of revenge for that 10-1 that happened in November. And Sidley have sent me a DM about it, so I'm going to read it out. So Sidley United put in arguably a performance of the season as they inflicted revenge on Crowhurst to claim a huge 3 points in the ESFL Prem. When the two sides last met, Crowhurst hit 10 past the Blues, but these are two sides who are very different from that day. Although a Crowhurst side featuring a number of former Sidley players began on the front foot, they created little against a resolute and determined Sidley defence. The Blues' opening goal was rather route 1. A long kick upfield from goalkeeper Richie Gray evaded everyone, and Logan Copley burst past the covering defender and beat the on-rushing goalkeeper to poke the ball in the back of the net on 9 minutes. 1 became 2 in similar fashion as Sidley sprung a quick counter, and after good hold-up play by Andy Atkins, he laid the ball off to Copley to curl a lovely outside of the foot finish into the bottom corner on 29 minutes. The visitors seemed stunned that Sidley had sucker punched them, and Sean Leonard was sin-binned for arguing against an award of a free kick by the referee, as Sidley got into the interval with a 2-goal lead. The fear was that if Crowhurst got the next goal, that Sidley's nerves may begin to show, but it was the Blues who grabbed the killer next goal in spectacular fashion. The ball bounced up to be hit on the volley by Ash Carey some 30 yards out, and his thunderous strike arrowed into the corner of the net on 56 minutes. Crowhurst did get a route back into the game when a penalty was awarded for a handball by Ben Aitken, which was duly converted by Reece Johnson on 61 minutes. But Sidley dogged and organised defending meant that, despite the pressure, Crowhurst were unable to fashion any clear opportunities, and Sidley took the 3 points. A terrific performance from the Blues with some quality football to boot. There you go. Sidley, there you go. And what do you think about that, Leon?
Sounds like one hell of a game.
Yeah.
Either that or they've got an amazing writer / author novelist in their ranks.
Yeah. Right, so again on Saturday, St Leonard Social 0, Rytown 2, Milton Milletadu and Samuel Henham getting the goals. St Leonard's held out till half time, though, but the second half, obviously, Rytown just showed they're just too good. Now, ESFL Prem teams involved in cup competitions. Sussex Intermediate Challenge Cup, it's Punnetstown 2, Bosham 1, Alexander Burton and Harry Wursell scoring for Punnets. It's an absolute fantastic result against higher opposition in Bosham. So great cup win there from Punnets. We'll move on to ESFL Division 1. Battletown Reserves 2, Tackleway 2. Tyler Smith getting a couple for Battletown and Cale Hackos and Toby Payne getting the goals for Tackleway. Incredible result on point from Bottom Club Battle considering against the top of the table side Tackleway. So fantastic result, really. Still in Division 1, Pass and Move 3, Little Common Reserves 0, Callum Brand, Joshua Page, and an own goal for Pass and Move. Pass and Move with games in hand, consolidate third place. And Division 1 teams involved with cup competition. Robertsbridge Charity Junior Cup, Catsfield 1, Sandhurst 1. Sandhurst's James found the net yet again. Jacob Jones getting a goal for Catsfield. It went to penalties and ended up an epic drama as Sandhurst go through 14-13 and through to the final. Well done them. Moving on to ESFL Division 2, Bexhill Rovers 0, Victoria Baptist 3, Chris May, Joe Pratt and Joe Bellett getting the goals for Victoria. Comfortable win there for the Baptists against the bottom club. Hollington United Reserves 1, Who 2, Arthur Pepper and Callum Holt Burgess getting the goals for Who. Taylor Beale getting the consolation for Hollington. A late goal's ruled out for Hollington, but that's now twice that the plucky Who have left the Gibbons with a win behind them. So well done them. The one I think Leon will be interested in, Ickersham Casuals 4, Pass and Move Seconds 2, Phil Badrock with a hat-trick and Ruben Shand getting the other. The 2 goals for Pass and Move from Zachary Bryant and Alex Cunningham. That is a big 3 points for Ickersham. That must be a really big confidence lift. Take it away, Leon. Tell us about the game.
Well, Pass and Move must really hate us because that's 3 times we've beaten them now this season, and yeah, I think they summed it up with their Twitter. Really, they put up. They didn't play bad at all, but I think most of their starting 11 were all 16, 17, 18-year-olds. But that sums it up. 2 of our goals is just through more experience on our side. Really, they just where we played to the whistle and they just stopped. I think 1 goal in the first half, one of our guys, they thought it had gone out. And to be fair, I was about 20 yards out and I could see it stayed in. But they all stopped, put their hand up to the ref saying it had gone out. We carried on. Next thing you know, Phil's put the ball in the net. And then our 4th goal maybe. Yeah, it was just more the same really. Just I think from my memory, an error from the keeper. But I mean, he's only 16, 17. It's going to happen. And our lad got lucky with the goal. But yeah, no, just like they've obviously got some some good young players in it, and the more adult football they'll play, hopefully they'll stick together and they'll get better, no doubt. So but yeah, they must hate us.
Okay, yeah. So other results in Division 2: Nordium 1, Pesh 2, Jackson Francis and Kelvin Lowe's for Pesh with Dean Hilton Hoosh for Nordium. This is that's the depleted Pesh Town. They do it again. It's man of the match Danny Oakes guiding them to yet another 3 points, and they do stay top. ESFL Division 3, Hurstman Zoo 7, Westfield Thirds 0, Jack Brown with 2, Toby Jones with 2, Mark Stilwell, Hammett, Tosca, and an own goal made it 7. Top club Hurstman Zoo putting poor old Westfield Thirds to the sword. I mean, obviously Westfield Thirds do it again, like what you're saying with Pass Move Seconds. Very young sides. It's just an experience really. I think this season for the Westfield Thirds. Obviously a bit harsh losing, but it's good experience nevertheless. Parkfield 2, Hastings Comets 1, Alma Jalat and Callum Nolan for Parkfield with Kurt Foster. getting the goal for Hastings Comets. Despite taking the lead, the Comets couldn't hold on and Parkfield won it late. Still in Division 3, Rye Town Reserves 3, BEXHILL AAC Reserves 2, Leon Sawyer and a double from Oliver Joseph Barrow. To add to this, Rye Town's Ollie Reader received his marching orders. Rye Town up near those promotion spots with games in hand, so they're looking dangerous, both Rye Town and Rye Town Reserves. Div 3 sides involving cup competitions. It was the ESFL Challenge Cup Div 3-4. Yeah, so it was Sovereign States Reserves 1, Crowhurst Reserves 4. Goals for Crowhurst were from James McGrath, Anton Neal, Stephen Payne and Ben Thorpe, with the consolation goal from Wayne Green. Robertsbridge Charity Junior Cup, Orrington 1, Ticehurst 0. That's Andrew Swindles gets the goal. And funnily enough, because his name's Swindles, he swindled it right at the end. At the absolute death, it was the end of extra time, the last minute of extra time. Swindles popped up and won it. Orrington are through, and they're playing Sandhurst in the final. ESFL Division 4, Burwash 4, Hastings Athletic 2, Drew Clifton, Max Taylor, Charlie Wilson and an OG for Burwash. Hastings Athletics goals were from Charlie McDonald. Athletics stay bottom. Settlescombe Rangers 10, Parson Moufford's 1. This big win takes them just above Westfield into second. The goals, Tom Akerley with 5, Jack Warner with 3, Ben Cowell and Benjamin Linklater getting the other goals. Junior Club Tackaway 5, Robertsbridge United Reserves 3, Jamie Pelling getting 4 and Nathan Smith getting the other for Tackaway. Robertsbridge's goals were from a couple from Jake Dean and Sebastian Collingwood. Wellcroft Park Rangers Reserves 5, Hawkhurst United Reserves 0. The goals for Wellcroft were from Benjamin Akehurst with a couple, James Burnett, James Martin and George Jones. Bit of a stroll in the park there for top club Wellcroft. They are 4 points clear with a game in hand on second place Settlescombe. And the final result in Div 4, Westfield Fourths 1, Battletown Thirds 0. Jake Turner getting the goal, and that is a good win for Westfield. They are still in the mix for the promotion, which is good. Moving on to the team of the week, a lot of familiar faces in this side. We got Tommy Warren, the Who goalkeeper, who's obviously been performing miracles for Who. Left backs Alfie Aldous of the Hastings Comets. Central defensive pair of Danny Oakes and Sam Henham from Pesh and Rye Town. Right backs Taylor Bill, who's a regular in the team of the week. He's from Hollington. Attacking midfield left is James McGrath from Crowhurst. The central midfield pair from Sidley, Ash Carey and Rosh Wells from BEXHILL AAC. Callis Nolan from Parkfields on the right-hand side of midfield. And the striking pair is Logan Copley from Sidley and Tyler Smith from Battletown. Okay, well, that was the week that was. I'll see you next week.
I'll see you next week, mate.